Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger, and yeah, I know this isn't Euro Truck. I'm not quite ready to go back yet. I have a few stuff on tap that I'm getting ready to do, but when it comes to Euro Truck, I'm just not quite ready yet. But I want to put up a video today. And I decided to show you what's taking up, or what took up most of my time during my break, and that was this game. This is EVE Online. Um, Almost, if not as old, or maybe even older than Warcraft, although not as wildly popular. Um, it's a phenomenon in and of itself in terms of an MMO. It's a persistent uh, world, which means even when you're logged off, things are still happening, and things can still happen to you, your corporation, your alliance, your controlled sectors of space, anything like that. Um, it is majority PvP, although there are some PvE elements. It's almost like a second life. It's extremely complicated and extremely difficult. Its learning curve has been compared to trying to climb an upside down cliff and then hanging yourself halfway. Um, it's really difficult to get started in. I'll say that much. I've been playing for a little over a week now, I believe. And although I have done okay for myself, in truth, I don't know how most Newbros do. And Newbros are people that are just starting the game, which the game has actually had an influx of players lately because of some time ago the giant battle that took place that caused a massive loss of ships, and which ships can be compared to real world money. So, like hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but tens of thousands and more dollars in ships were destroyed in this massive battle for a sector of space. And it was all over Reddit, and it even made news, and made mainstream CNN news. Although it was a small little blip, it still made it. So there's been an influx of new players, myself included. So I don't know how new players do, but if you look up here... nope, that's the wrong one. This is the one I want. My apologies. If you look up here, I've got almost 120,000 ISK. ISK is the in-game currency. Now, it may seem like a lot, and in truth, it's not bad for Newbro, I'm guessing. But if you take into consideration, you look at my spending history and the money that you make, yeah, 800,000, almost 900,000, and then another 100,000, 75,000, 400. You can see the numbers here for yourself, yeah. You can see all these numbers for yourself. You spend quite a lot. Things are worth quite a lot of money. So 119 mil is okay, but it's not that great. There are players in here that have billions. There's one person in our corporation that runs a free ship service, and oops, no, that's the wrong one. You can see here all these ships. These three, these four, these two, these two, these. All of these ships are free to Newbros at any time that somebody's on to give one out that can access the hangar. So I'm in this right now. I just use this to travel around in because it's very hard to catch. Right? The Slasher is an extremely fast and agile ship. So if I got to jump to a system that is easier than pod traveling to, then I will use a Slasher because it's very difficult to catch. But my ship hangar here. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to transfer these. I found these drones just hanging in space. Either somebody got destroyed or somebody abandoned them or forgot to pull them in. So, yeah, but this is my item hangar. You know, you can see I've got quite a bit of stuff in here. I don't know if can. I don't know if it can oh yeah, I can repackage these drones so I can stack them. Works for me. I'll do that here. Yeah, if you want to sell stuff on the market, you have to repackage it. You can reprocess it and break it down into its basic components. There we go. A little bit more room. Which I did with some stuff, which is why I have these raw materials. These are training books. Once you train up to the right level of stuff, you inject them, and then you take time to train them. There's like a billion things that you can train, and most people like follow specific paths. As a Newbro, I'm kind of all over the place right now. I'm working on being able to do exploration. And exploration, I get into a ship, I go out, I scan down anomalies, and what I end up doing, you know, is if I scan down the anomaly, I can go to it, and if I'm successful in the anomaly, then I can get stuff worth quite a bit of ISK, and then go and sell it on the market, hopefully. So that's what this is. This is Salvage 3 I'm working on. I actually want... no, Salvage 3 is for something else, but I may want to go up to Salvage 4 because I'm going to do some salvaging as well. Electronic upgrades, I'm training because I need it to level 3, and then archaeology is for... pardon me. Archaeology is for exploration, and there's also hacking, which I don't know if I want to do or not. But different skill abilities take different times to train. The higher the skill, the more time it trains. The more advanced the skill, the more time it takes. And I'll give you an example here. Okay. As you can see here, archaeology level 3 takes 10 hours, 58 minutes, and 34 seconds to train. That's real time. It's real time. If I want to train to archaeology level 4, it's going to take 2 days, 14 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds. So almost 3 days, yeah, to train. Almost 3 full days to train. Now you may think, wow, that's a lot. Well, that ain't nothing. There are skills out there for things like capital ships, like dreadnoughts, supercarriers, carriers, that take 45 to 50 days to train. No joke. It's really, really nuts. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to level up some skills that allow me to make money and give me stuff to do when I'm not in a fleet that I can keep myself supported and eventually get off, you know, the test-free ships so that I'm not pulling off the corporation as much. Although things that I do get, I do some ratting. Ratting is killing NPCs. I travel to asteroid belts and just kill some rats, loot them, sell the good stuff, which you get occasionally, like this. Yeah, this phased muon sensor disruptor is worth 2.2 mil. And then I got another heavy pulse. I got 3 heavy pulse lasers if they sell at 1.6 mil each. I may take these down and try and transfer them to a place known as Jita, but that's a long run, and it's a dangerous run because there are a thing called gate camps. You travel in between sectors by using gates. Gate camps are people that wait on those gates for you to come out. Now, if they're just waiting on the gate by itself, you can usually get away if you're good enough, or if you have a fast enough ship. However, there's these things called warp bubbles. And if there's a warp bubble on the gate, chances are you're dead. But yeah, I also have another fleet propulsion inhibitor that's almost 3 million. A damage control unit, which is 1.7. And I don't know if this clone soldier negotiator tag is going to sell here. That I actually may want to contract down to Jita. Although I don't know how to do that right now. I do know about it. Basically, what I do is I get someone to drop it down into Jita for me, and then I go down to Jita and put it up on the market there. And that's what I may want to do. I wouldn't mind tying all this stuff together and just dropping it into Jita flat out. But I'm not 100% sure what I want to do right now. So right now I'm just leaving it all in the market here. And then if I want, I can just cancel it. The fastest way to travel between sections is known as pod traveling. When you're not in a ship, here we go, leave ship, you're in your pod. There we go. And that's as close as I can zoom into it. You know, your pod's tiny. When you're in a pod, you can do this with anything. I can't do it in here. I can just undock from the station. But you can self-destruct. And when you self-destruct, you activate a clone. That's how you respawn. And you can move your clone. Oops, I did not mean to click that. Wish there was a way to stop it. Yeah, I could customize my character with basics, but I like what I have, so let's just not do that. Thank you. Okay, there we go. So, right now I only have an alpha clone. An alpha clone keeps 900,000 skill points. So, as you can see here, I have 573,577 skill points. Eventually, I will train over that. And so then I need to upgrade my clone. Okay? And you can see here, a beta clone costs only 28,000 ISK, which is pittance, and keeps 1.3 million. And then 2.05 million, 2.8 million. And then you have to upgrade your clone depending on what you have, or else you lose your top skill. And then you have to retrain that skill. And when you train a skill for 45 days and you end up losing it, yeah, so you always going to remember to upgrade your clone. And as you can see, the grade Omega clone, 105 million ISK per clone. Yeah, I could afford one of those. But I got a long way before I got to worry about that, so I'm still on Alpha clone. But when you, like I said, podding yourself, self-destructing. These are all stations where I can put my clone. So speaking of Jita, I'm not actually going to do it, but here's Jita 4. Right? This is where most business is done. If I wanted to like move stuff to Jita, have it moved to Jita, and then I wanted to go to Jita, rather than make the travel, risk getting a ship blown up, and taking a really long time because it's like somewhere around 20, 30 plus jumps away, I can actually just choose Jita, click OK, pay a fee, and my clone will be transferred from this facility to the Jita 4 Moon 4 Caldari Business Tribunal Bureau offices. Yeah. And then I go outside, set my pod to self-destruct, blow up, and then I'll respawn in the Jita station there. I actually need to rename that. Get into my rat raper here. This is the ship I use right now just to go and kill some rats with. There we go. Also, when you use ships, I'm pretty sure this one's still insured. You always want to insure your ships, so when they get blown up, you get a payout. Right now, I'm pretty much making free money every time a ship gets blown up. That doesn't mean I try and get a ship blown up, but if a ship gets blown up, it's okay. You know, it's not a terrible thing. And for me, it's actually a money maker because I didn't pay anything for the ship, although I did pay for a few things on the ship. I have changed this ship's basic loadout to be a little more tanky and a little less DPS so I can deal with rats a little bit better. So you would insure it. I think I still haven't. Yeah, I still have insurance, so no, I don't want to override it. You insure it. I pay 217,041.9 ISK, and I get 723,473 ISK if I get blown up. Chances are you're going to get blown up. Especially as a new guy, chances are you're going to get killed at some point. Otherwise, this ship class, this is a destroyer, and this is our Thrasher. This is one of the free ships. So this isn't the best time to do it, but I'm going to go and do it anyway. So what do we got for fleets? These are fleets I could join if they're not too busy. This fleet's always here. It's a mining fleet. Outside of our base is safe, so I can just stop my ship here. I join this mining fleet from time to time and go do some mining. I only have a little frigate miner right now. I'm going to actually work towards a bigger mining ship so that I can make money mining. It's probably the easiest way to make money if it's also the most mind-numbing, because you just kind of sit there and wait. But if you have two monitors, you put Netflix up on one monitor and you play the game on the other monitor and you just mine all frickin' day, and you can make actually quite a bit of money mining. So if I can get a mining barge, I actually will be in decent shape. But it's complicated. They're 2 hours old. Fleets usually don't last more than a few hours, although anything's possible. But these are fleets I could try and join if I wanted to. I could ask, or if a fleet gets, made, this is how I join them here. But anyways, I'm going to hit the asteroid belts in this region. So I'm going to warp within 10 kilometers of the asteroid belts. I found that that's easier than warping to within 0, because you can actually get closer to the ships here. So I have 7 guns online. I have my Nosferatu, and actually I need to reload. My Nosferatu drains the other enemy ships. This is my capacitor. My capacitor lets me know how long I can run stuff. Alright, we got a Blood Clone Soldier Negotiator. Honestly, I can't tackle him. He's actually too powerful. So, warp within 10. There you go. He's only in a cruiser, and I normally will, or destroyer, I think frigate even. Yeah. If he actually hits me, even though it looks like it did, he didn't. If he were to actually hit me, I'm warp scram. It's gonna hurt. That's alright. It helps if I actually let go. I'll just put on my micro warp drive and outdistance him. I can't beat him. He can't beat me if I get in close enough and start orbiting him, but I can't beat him. He's actually too strong. Eventually his scram will fall off, and I'll be able to just take off. So I'm not... And at the speed I'm moving and the distance I am, he can't hit me. Alright, his scram fell off, so he can't touch me.
Warp drive.
Matter of fact, I even got outside of his targeting range, so... I can only fight him to a stalemate. I could get through his shields, but I can't get through his armor. He has too much armor regen. I might be able to get through his armor with my Nosferatu now, but I don't want to try it. I really don't feel like fighting him right now. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough fight because there are 2 cruisers and 2 raiders, and they are at distance to me. Come on. Micro warp drive on, and okay, there we go. My damage control. Lock them in. I can only lock 2 at once. I am screwing up so bad. I need to orbit within 500. So this is basically how I'm going to handle this. Let's see how I do this. He's really easy to take down. I actually think my sound's too loud. But escaping the game right now does not help. The shields are low. It's okay. So take him out. Now I'm down to my armor, and I actually have no way of repairing that, and there's 2 larger ships in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp off. Zip. I screwed up a lot, so I took a lot of extra damage that I didn't need to. I also got my sound up too loud. So I forgot to adjust the sound in the game. You see my shields will slowly regen, but I'm going to dock with this station here. This station in this system does repairs.
Docking permission requested.
Set course, yeah. Set
Docking
course a little
request
faster.
accepted.
Micro warp drive drastically increases my speed. And so then what I'll do here is I'll get a repair quote, and I'll repair. Cost me 23,000 ISK. I actually will get more than that in bounty later on. Right, but audio. Master level, I want to... Whoops. I want to bring that down. Yeah. And then undock. Yeah, to say Eve's system is antiquated is kind of an understatement, because in order to change characters, because you can have up to 3 characters, you actually have to log completely out of the game. So this time I'm going to try warping within 0 and see if I can get closer to those 2 larger ships. I think they're destroyers. They may be frigates. I don't know. I don't know how to identify them. But as you can see, my shields are back to full, my capacitor is back to full, and my armor is back to full. Chances are nobody's going to warp in there, and even if they do, I took out the 2 smaller targets first. The 2 smaller targets are usually the ones that don't have a lot. So I'm a little bit closer, but not close enough. So I want to orbit at 500. I want to turn on my micro warp drive so I move really fast, and then my damage control so I take less damage. And then I'm going to lock my targets. Once I get within 10, I'm going to open fire. I won't do a lot of damage to start, but I will start doing damage. And then when I get close, I'll start hitting him pretty hard. And then I'm using my Nosferatu to drain his systems so that he can't regen as much. Now, this could easily, this could easily make you very busy. So if you're susceptible to that, you may not want to watch. So as you can see, the one I'm orbiting is like constantly missing me. And the one that I'm not orbiting is hitting me a little bit, but not too much. Just because of the speed I'm going in a very tight circle. And they're, you know, using beam lasers, they can track very fast, so I'll just eventually pound this guy down. The Nosferatu, like I said, drains from his capacitor and adds to mine, but it won't drain it below my capacitor's level. But it really helps in keeping my micro warp drive going without actually draining my capacitor too much. And any systems that he has, I will hopefully make them, you know, not so good to use. See, he got back a little bit of armor, so that means he has a system that repairs armor, although not much. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I want to make ready. There we go. We want to orbit within 500 of this guy. He's not close enough. As a matter of fact, he's 10 kilometers out. That's close enough to open fire. And we'll use my Nosferatu and start draining his system. Then we'll start orbiting him at high speed. So my shields are actually took a pounding. Now why did my shields take a pounding? Well, the main reason being that I think I did approach within 5. So now I'm actually giving him an easy target. You know, I normally don't make these mistakes, but like I said, I'm not fully up to snuff yet. When I'm approaching him head on, I give him an easy target to hit, so I'll take more damage. I don't know why I did approach. It's alright. I'll have to repair a little bit more, but it's whatever. I'm not too worried. My damage control gives me resistances to damage. Makes me a little more tanky. I've actually taken quite a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter anymore. So he's blown up. I immediately want to stop my ship. And then I want to loot the wrecks. And there's actually wrecks in here from other people as well. So with luck, they actually left some stuff behind. Because some people will just come in and kill the rats and actually won't loot them. Because most rats in here don't take all that much. And actually, this isn't too bad of a haul for this. It's, a lot of people look at this and it's crappy. Well, yeah. But for a Newbro, it's something. So I'm just going to go down the list here of things. Even though it's not the most efficient, I actually want to go more by distance. But it's fine. That's not worth a lot, although it's actually not bad. Some stuff that I don't keep, I donate to Test Free. Like this J5 prototype might be able to be used in a tackle ship. These cores usually not worth a lot. I'll probably just break them down. I'll break that down. This is actually worth 225,000, so I might sell that. I might donate it. So I used to just take the good stuff. Now I take everything because, dummy me, never learned. This guy's actually pretty far out. I still got my micro warp drive on like an idiot anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll close the distance pretty fast. Might as well reload all this. I don't know how long these wrecks are going to be here. They only last for about an hour after you get them. So, man, they are really, really outside the asteroid belt, which is strange. Now, one thing I have to be careful of while ratting is people jumping in and trying to blow me up. Especially, I took a lot of damage in that fight. A lot of damage I shouldn't have. And that's really, really bad. Not something I enjoyed doing. I'm going to command my ship to stop so that I slow down really fast. And hopefully don't blow by this too much, because I actually stopped my micro warp drive a little too... Yeah, these may be easy, but I could salvage them if I had a salvager. And the reality is it wouldn't actually hurt to put a salvaging laser on this, It would not hurt to put a salvaging laser on this so I could salvage the wrecks as well. Just take one of my guns off and run 6 guns and then go with a single salvager. It would take a long time to salvage, but might be worth it. So... That's my insurance paid. That's repair. I don't know. It was flashing like something happened. 35 kilometers out. This was also taken out by somebody in my corporation, because it's got the same in their test. I can actually shut this off. I'm not too worried about my Blood Raider wrecks. They're the small ships. So chances are that yeah, nothing there. So I'm going to assume that there's nothing in the in the Blood Priest wreck either. Damn. If I came out here with a salvager, that would be pretty good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wrecks to salvage out here. And you can actually get some good stuff off of salvaging. Anything that you don't directly sell, you can reprocess down into basic materials and sell the ore and the gems and whatnot, the things that you get, and it's really, really good. I don't know why I'm traveling so slow. I need my micro warp drive. My micro warp drive, as you can see, my max velocity without it is 310.5 meters per second. My maximum velocity with it is 1,419.4. So it's an increase of over 100% in velocity. So it pays to have it on. What you see there is a timer. It means I engaged in suspect activity. I don't know why, considering I'm killing pirates, but whatever. Suspect means that as long as that timer's up, anyone can engage me and not suffer any consequences about it. They won't lose standing. They won't, have to worry about if they travel into a high sec system, high sec meaning high security, that they'll get blown up. Um, I'm in a low sec, which means, kind of think of low sec as, Pirates Island, although there's a lot of low sec. There are places where, criminals hang out and whatnot. It's interesting. It's where most of the PvP happens. High sec meant to be PvE, but there's even a lot of PvP that goes on in the high sec. So I actually get a hobgoblin off that, so that's another drone. Um, the fuck?
Warp
All right.
drive active.
What happened there was really bad. I had a crash, and this is why I need a new video card, and why I'm actually going to avoid another 570, even if it means that I don't exactly get an upgrade. Um, for whatever reason, my GTX 570 hates, and I mean hates, DirectX 11. And
Warp drive.
it's not uncommon. I've gone and I've looked at a lot of forums. The NVIDIA GTX 570, a lot of them have problems with DirectX 11. A lot of them go black screen, the driver crashes. It doesn't happen too often in EVE, so it's okay for now, but like if I try and play Warcraft in DirectX 11, and it happened on my Far Cry 3 playthrough, it just crash, 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 crash. And I don't know why. I've tried everything that I can to not do that, including completely uninstalling the drivers, doing a clean install,
Permission requested.
and it just didn't help. So this is why I'm working towards a new video card, is because, quite frankly, I'm getting tired of the GTX 570 crashing, and I don't want another GTX 570 and have it keep crashing. So that's why I'll probably just go to a 650, even though it's not actually an upgrade. And then within another couple months, I'll get a second 650 and just SLI them, and then I will actually have a bit of an upgrade. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So anyways, if I want to do anything with the stuff that I got in my ship, I have to actually select everything. Was the hobgoblin in here? Okay, yeah, it was. And then I have to move it all to my item hanger. Oops, I always take my ammo by accident. Part of the stuff about can't reprocess. Can I just straight up stack them then? Yeah, I can, alright. I got a lot of drones. I really do. Part of the process of this is figuring out what to reprocess and whatnot. So I'm going to give this jammer to Logic, to our free ships. They may be able to use them. These are stuff I'm actually trying to keep, so I want to drop that down there. I want to sell that. I'll also give that to... what I should do is take these and put them on another ship, so that I don't accidentally do something stupid with them. But the reality is if I do that, then I run the risk of taking the ship out and getting blown up with the stuff on it. So I'm just going to probably reprocess most of this. And this shows me what I'm going to get when I reprocess it. Pyrite, tritanium, Mexlon, and isogen. And I'm going to do that for most of this. The thing is I may have to contract, if I actually ever want to sell any of this, I'll probably have to contract it down to have somebody take it to Jita. I know somebody in the corporation that might do it. I don't know how much for, but having the raw materials can be good. And if I decide not to, if I decide, you know what, I really don't feel like selling this stuff, then probably what I'll just end up doing is I will just donate it. I'll just donate it all, and can build more ships with it. So that's everything reprocessed. Sort by type, so everything gets sorted up by the proper type. And then I want to see if I can sell this. I don't think I have too many things on the market right now. So let's see. One. Okay. So that's too many ones. So 2. That's not bad. 2.2. Yeah, 2.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So in truth, if this sells here, I think this is one I've already got on the market, isn't it? Oh no, I have 3 heavy pulse lasers, and this is a heavy modulated pulse energy beam. There is a difference. Don't ask me what it is, but there is a difference. But if that sells, then I will make another 2 mil. So it's not a profitable thing for me, ratting. There are people out there that do it specifically because when you kill rats, you get bounties. It takes a little while, but eventually it'll come through. As a matter of fact, I think mine came through already. Yes, so see, I got 400,000 ISK for killing those pirates, and my corporation takes a small tax of that 10%, which is fine, and then my market commission. So I make a little bit of money doing this, but I basically do it for fun. The main things I'm going to be doing is like mining, salvaging, and scanning. I just don't know which way I want to fully go. To be honest with you, it'll probably be mining, if I had to be honest with you. But I want to try some salvage and some scanning if I can. So I can determine, and so I have different things to do. So I don't always have to mine. So I think that's going to be me done for this. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I'm not exactly showing it off. You're going the wrong way. I'm watching my wife do a quest in EverQuest, and you have to go really. It goes really, really fast, and she started turning. She got all turned around and went the wrong way. So yeah. This is what's taking up a lot of my time right now, which is funny considering I don't do a lot in the game. I'm just waiting for skills to finish training so I can do them efficiently. I could go out and scan now, but I wouldn't get a lot because I don't have much in skills. I'd like to at least get my archaeology up before I start going and scanning. So, anyways. That's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. And if you actually come into Eve for any reason, let me know. I can point you to the corporation that I've joined in. They're not an overly large corporation, but they are a big corporation. They do a lot of fun things. Like I said, they have free ships. They're always willing to help, always willing to teach. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's not the best in terms of size, but it is, I feel, one of the best corporations to be in terms of a corporation to be in. But it all depends on your personal preference. You know, I like the corporation I'm in, and I'm fiercely loyal to them right now. Um, that's just the way it is. That's the way I am. But anyways, if you could leave a comment, rate, and subscribe down below, I'd be very grateful about that. Do not forget that starting on March 4th, I will be doing South Park Stick of Truth, unless something really catastrophic happens. But other than that, folks, I am out, and this is one big bugger. I'll see you next time.